How fast should you be aiming to lose weight? The go-to number is £1 a week, but I think it's a bit more complicated than that. For slow weight loss, we don't really need to sacrifice that much. As our general speed of weight loss increases, the level of sacrifice that we have to put into our day-to-day life tends to increase with it. When we go nice and slow on a fat loss journey, the risk of muscle loss is quite low. Even when we get to a moderate speed, it's still not too bad, but then it very quickly picks up the faster that we try to go. The chance of adherence is the most important one of all three of these, because if you can't adhere to whatever it is that you're doing for longer than a matter of weeks, you are never going to get to your long-term goal. Slower fat loss is much easier to stick to, but as we start to get quicker, the chance of sticking to the plan becomes significantly lower. If you want a really high chance of being able to stick to the plan, you don't want to have to sacrifice too much, and you want to retain as much muscle as possible, then slower is probably better, and slower is probably less than £1 a week. If you're happy to sacrifice a little bit more, muscle mass is still important to you, and you can probably push yourself to adhere to something for a bit longer, even though it's a little bit harder, then you probably want to fall into the moderate bracket. I wouldn't want to be losing that much muscle tissue. It's significantly harder to stick to, and the level of sacrifice that you have to put in is much higher. Unless you're wanting to step on stage as a bodybuilder, there's not really any reason to go this quickly. And for some of you, the reason that you've tried and failed in the past probably is because you went too fast and you couldn't adhere to it, so you ended up stopping and starting the cycle over and over again. Let me know if you found this useful in the comments.